Oh my god, it literally takes me back. Like, it just takes me back. It's so good. Moment of silence. Just a moment of silence. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. My name is Maria, or it's MJ here on YouTube. So if it's your first time here, I make a lot of fragrance related videos. I also make beauty, fashion, lifestyle sort of videos. So if that interests you, then consider subscribing. With that being said, in today's video, I have a very fun video that I have been trying to do for quite a while. I have my top favorite celebrity perfumes from my personal perfume collection. I'm sure that there's also some other good ones out there. These are just some that I personally have in my collection. They are equivalent to designer fragrances, or they're better than designer fragrances. All around great perfumes that I personally like to look for in a fragrance. They're unique, they last a long time, they project well, they leave a beautiful sillage, a beautiful trail, all that. It just covers all corners, and of course they are affordable, as you guys know on here. And if you don't know, I love myself a good deal. I thrive and I jump and I scream for finding a good deal. And a lot of celebrity perfumes have this stigma of not being good perfumes, or they're all the same, they all smell fruity, they don't last a long time. But I don't think that's fair to judge or to say. There's gonna be good and bad in everything. I have expensive perfumes that I personally don't find all that, and I think they're too expensive for what they are. I recently made a video reviewing the Kayali Vanilla 28 perfume. That one for me was too expensive for the poor performance that it had, and I feel like I could find a better perfume elsewhere for a lot cheaper. And not everything has to be name brand, and not everything has to be designer, not everything has to be niche for it to be good. That's my little rant. But with that being said, if you guys are interested in seeing what I consider the best celebrity perfumes out there, then please keep on watching. Okay, so we're starting off with Miss Riri herself. This is Rihanna's Rebel Fleur. This is the first out of her fragrances that I got. Like I mentioned in a past video, I'm not a fan of the packaging. I think it's kind of like uncomfortable to spray on and whatnot. And I don't know, I just find it a little bit tacky. But besides the point, this is a very coconutty, refreshing, sweet, but not obnoxiously sweet. It's a super islandy, tropical sort of fragrance. I got this back in the fall/winter time, and it was super headache inducing. It was way too much for me, and I was like super overwhelming. But now that it's getting a lot more warmer, and I used it at a park actually, and the performance was amazing. It lasted all day and it just lingered on forever, left a beautiful sillage, and it's just so good now that it's warmer, of course. Super smexy, definitely smexy, and it's actually very unique. I haven't personally smelled anything similar to this, if I'm being honest. Very good. For me, the prominent, most noticeable notes would be the coconut and peach, but the coconut in this perfume, as I mentioned before, yes, so good. Is more like coconut water rather than like a creamy, dense, milky coconut. Whenever I smell this, I just put myself at the beach in like a nice little silky dress with my hair up in a bun. Your skin is salty and you have like a drink, like a tropical coconut peach drink. Now we have another Riri fragrance, and this one is pretty new to me, and I got this one in the smaller size, same packaging, obnoxious like I said, but whatever. And out of all the perfumes that I'll be mentioning today, I would say that this one has the weakest performance. But with that being said, I'm not saying like it's a trash perfume. It's a great perfume, that's why I am including it in this video. It's just like the weakest out of all of them. I won't say that it projects the most, but it does last a lot on the skin. I'd say on me it lasts a good 6 hours, so like I said, it's still good. And if you do overspray it, I would say 8 maybe. But this is a very unique fragrance. fragrance. It's super gourmand. It's definitely delicious. I would even categorize this quality wise as a niche fragrance. Actually, it's more unique than some of my other more expensive perfumes, if I'm being completely honest. Oh yes, what I get the most out of this fragrance, especially on the skin, on me, it's like a dark chocolate covered strawberry. Those are the two most prominent notes that I get from this. And then as it dries down throughout the day, the chocolate kind of just mellows down. What's left of it is like a strawberry that's more prominent throughout the whole day. I think there's actually coffee in this. I don't remember exactly. I'll of course put the notes on screen, but it's a very unique fragrance and it's very, very affordable. This one is the 1.7 and I think I paid like $13 for it, so super affordable. Rihanna's Rebel Fleur was I think like $20, but this is the 3.4 100 ml. It's gonna last me forever because like I said, I don't need a lot of it. Super unique. Delicious, 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 delicious. It's a super cozy sort of scent. All right, so now we have Miss Jessica Simpson, and the first one that I have is Fancy Love, and this is the flanker of Fancy. However, let me tell you guys, I've been using this literally my whole high school career. I had pretty much two signature fragrance. I had this one, Fancy Love, and Love from Express. However, I will say that if there was one fragrance that I use the most, would be this one. And I use this one because this is what my mom bought me. I obviously didn't have a job, I didn't have money, so she has been using this forever too, and I love the way it smelled on her, so she would always get it for me. But back then I didn't know anything about notes. I didn't know what the term flanker was. I actually discovered Fancy Love before Fancy. I recently actually discovered Fancy, and I recently purchased Fancy, but I've been using this for such a long time. And the reason I love this fragrance, it's because I consider it a very happy sort of brunch fragrance. This will last me from like 5 in the morning all the way till night. I would say like 12 plus hours on me. This lasts so long, and I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I used to call this my champagne fragrance. Once again, I didn't know anything about notes. But champagne is actually one of the notes in this fragrance, and I recently discovered that. By recently, I literally mean yesterday. It's just, I don't know, I only look at notes when it's a fragrance that I'm about to purchase just to see if I'm gonna like it or not. But fragrances that I've been using for a long time, I don't know the notes of them because I just know that I like them. I unfortunately don't really wear it as much anymore. One, because I just have more fragrances, and two, just because it takes me back to high school and I did not have the best high school experience. But this is such a good fragrance. That's honestly why you have to be like careful with certain perfumes, even though I try not to attach them to certain memories, but it's like, yeah, I can't help it, you know. I'm still gonna try to wear it, that's why I still have it, but you know, I gotta be in the mood for it. Oh my god, it literally takes me back. Like, it just takes me back. Oh my god, like I'm walking the hallways of high school right now. But yeah, this is Fancy Love by Jessica Simpson, and it's a sweet, fruity, champagne-y, bubbly, like brunch in a bottle, really. Takes me back. When I tell you guys that I don't even open the cap for it, I literally don't open the cap for it. So we have now Fancy from Jessica Simpson, and this is the original one. The other one, like I said, was the flanker. I recently got this one because I discovered that it's the original one and I never had it. This is a very, very sweet fragrance. I believe the most prominent note in this one is caramel. However, I don't personally smell caramel. To me, this smells like Juicy Couture Gold Couture, but a way better version of Gold Couture. This one is a little bit more unique, and this one just has way better performance. Like, this is another one that lasts a long time. I do have to spray myself a little bit more. Fancy Love, I don't need that many sprays. With this one, I do have to overspray myself a little bit more for it to last a long time, but it still does last a long time. It's a sweet, juicy, fruity sort of fragrance. It's very, very good and yummy as well. In the beginning, it smells a little bit clean, like a fresh, clean sort of scent. I don't remember the floral notes that are in this one, but it smells just a little bit clean. but as it dries down, it's definitely like a sweet, fruity sort of fragrance. I will say also that the projection and sillage on this one is a little bit less than on Fancy Love, but it's still very good. It's just a little bit less, and I wanted to mention that. So yummy. So that's Fancy from Jessica Simpson. Now we have a perfume that I've talked about way too many times on this channel, so I'm just gonna run through it. I don't want to bore you guys, but this is Cloud from Ariana Grande, and like I said in the past, it's a creamy, light, airy sort of fragrance. In the beginning, I've never said this before, so you see I'm not that boring today, but in the beginning, there's a little freshness to it where it's a little bit masculine smelling to me. It doesn't last a long time, but I believe the top notes on this one are bergamot and lavender. So to me, that combination just gives it a very nice, clean, a little bit masculine sort of scent. But once it dries down, it's a light coconut whipped cream deliciousness, but it's nothing too dense, it's nothing too creamy. It's just a perfect sort of scent. Super feminine, very girly, but still not immature smelling, in my opinion. I think that this is great for everyone, young, older, mature, teens. It's an all-round age sort of scent, and I think it's very, very unique. And I genuinely have worn this one, and I do like it more than some of my like more expensive perfumes. Seriously, like I really do. Super good, and it's unique. All right, bye. So I told you guys I was gonna keep it short and sweet. I didn't want to sound so repetitive. By the way, I don't know if you guys notice a trend, but when I like one perfume from one celebrity, I have more. The only one that I don't have multiple of is Ariana Grande. I mean, I do have another one, but I don't think her perfumes, at least from what I've tried, they don't have the greatest performance. It's just Cloud for me was the one that worked. I have like a call coming in, but yeah, Ariana Grande, that's the one from her perfumes that had the best performance, at least for me. All right, so now let's move on to Sofia Vergara. So this is the one that I have, and I got this one first in the original. Once again, I don't know what it is about me, but I seem to buy usually the flankers than the original bottle, or I usually find or buy for some reason the like intense version before I get the original ones. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Most of the time, for some reason, I discover the flankers before I discover the original. But besides the point, I have Love from Sofia Vergara, and you're gonna see a trend with her perfumes that for me, they remind me of Chanel sort of perfumes, and it's quite interesting because I'm gonna talk about it later. But anyways, this is Love from Sofia Vergara, and I believe this whole thing, I think it's the 100 ml, yeah, it's the 100 ml 3.4 fluid ounce, and this whole thing was $20. A steal. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, it's a steal. It lasts a long time. I don't think you could tell how big of a dent I have on it, but it's about up to here. Yeah, it's up to here, and I got it in the winter time. So when I say that I just was wearing this during December time, I was literally only wearing this during the whole month of December. It's a very smexy, sultry sort of scent. Some people say that this is a dupe for Black Opium. I won't say that it's a dupe for Black Opium, but I will say it's around that same family, that same vibe, and it has the same vibe of Lancome's La Nuit Tresor. Very sensual, very nighttime appropriate, as you guys can tell by the bottle. But I've worn this during the day as well. Like I said, I wear what I want whenever I want to wear it. This one also has a pretty great performance. I do have to apply a little bit more, but even with Black Opium, I like drench myself in it, and it doesn't really last. With this one, a little bit more sprays than I normally would, and it lasts a long time. It's one of those that lingers on your clothes for a long time if you spray a little bit more. This on me is like a praline, vanilla coffee sort of scent. This to me, in comparison to Black Opium, is a more dark, rich sort of coffee scent, which I like. I find it a little bit more sultry. It's so good. Oh yes, oh yes. This is also a compliment getter. Like this one, also has like a fuzzy sort of feeling to it. I don't know how to describe it. It just has like a fuzzy feeling to it. And to my most recent celebrity perfume purchase, and currently my top favorite perfume, and I mean like out of my whole collection, this is one that just shook me to the core, and I am in love with the scent, the affordability of it, the accessibility of it, and this is Sofia Vergara, the original one. I'm so shocked that I did not buy this one before I bought the other one, and I was actually not even gonna buy this one, like I just wasn't, but I don't know what made me grab it, and I picked it up. Also $20, the 100 ml 3.4 fluid ounce, super inexpensive. And when I tell you that this was love at first sniff, I mean this was love at first sniff. Moment of silence. Just a moment of silence. This is juicy, this is sweet, this is smexy, just your everyday beautiful scent, super womanly. This is what I describe a womanly everyday scent, but it still has that sweetness to it. It's so good. I tried this one for the first time yesterday, and I tell you, when it dried down already, by the way, it lasts all day, but as it dried down, I reapplied it again just because I just wanted to feel that same feeling again. I also did do the night test, and it lasted all day. So it's a great perfume, and it leaves such a beautiful sillage. It projects so well. It's just everything that you need in a fragrance. If there's one that I would recommend out of all of them, it's this one. Now, a lot of people say that this is a dupe for Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. If you guys look at the packaging, doesn't it remind you of Chanel perfumes? I mean, Sophia, we see you, we know what you're doing. But to me, the first spray that I smelled, it reminded me of La Vie est Belle. But I like this one more. It's literally like a perfect mixture, a beautiful blend of La Vie est Belle and Coco Mademoiselle. It has this like patchouli, citrusy scent from Coco Mademoiselle, and it has that sweet patchouli scent from La Vie est Belle. By the way, there is no patchouli in this one, and there's no patchouli in Love. There's no patchouli in both of them. However, I smell it. I really do. By the way, I cannot stand patchouli. It's not one of my favorite notes. To me, it smells dirty, BO. Yeah, I just don't like it. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful grown woman smexy sort of scent, and I think that it does smell a lot more expensive than what it really is. If Sophia like has this as a signature scent, I'm not surprised. Like it's beautiful, delicious, delicious, delicious. And now that I realize, I don't think I told you guys what is in this. I just went on a whole tangent how it is. But yeah, the main notes are plum, blackberry, and woody notes. I don't really smell any woodiness to it. I just literally want to bathe in it. But that is Sofia Vergara by Sofia Vergara. So that is pretty much it, you guys. I know that it wasn't a lot of perfumes just because I don't think that most celebrities make the most unique fragrances, but within these, as you guys saw, there are some exceptions, and I think some celebrities do make really good fragrances. With that being said, I don't buy perfume just to buy perfume. It has to, for me at least, it has to last a long time. It has to be pretty unique or like expensive smelling. All right, let me put this one down because I'm like gonna go crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my celebrity perfumes. I'm sure that there's more out there. I just haven't tried them. I want to try Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. That is one that I'm very interested in trying. I heard that it's very unique, and it's just different, and it's a little bit masculine. Heard some interesting opinions on it, so that is one that I am waiting to get my hands on and my nose on, of course, once this whole crisis is over. So with that being said, if you guys have any suggestions, any comments, concerns, as always, you guys can leave them in the comment section down below. Also, follow me on Instagram if you guys want to, I don't know, just keep up with me. I post a lot more on there, and I try to be pretty active, and I definitely respond to people a lot faster on there. So with that being said, as always, I hope you guys have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye guys.